Hello students, welcome to our online platform. Myself Engineer PP sir, your physics mentor. In previous lecture we discussed about surface tension. So in today's lecture we are going to start the topic in continuity and our next topic is angle of contact. Our next topic is angle of contact. So what is angle of contact and how questions are based on this topic of angle of contact? Let us discuss one by one all the things. First, what is angle of contact? So it is the angle enclosed between tangent plane at the liquid surface and the tangent plane at the solid surface at the point of contact inside the liquid is defined as angle of contact. So if we see it by diagram, then let us see that this is a container. A liquid is filled in this container. So here this is the tangential surface at the liquid, and let us say this is that angle. So this angle is known as angle of contact. This angle is known as angle of contact. Rather, we can say that it is the angle enclosed between tangent plane at the liquid surface and the tangent plane at the solid surface. So here solid is what? This container. So solid is this container and this is the liquid surface. So angle between their tangents is known as angle of contact. It is represented by theta c. It is represented by theta c. Now c means contact. Dependence of angle of contact. So what are the factors at which this angle of contact depends? So let us discuss one by one. The nature of solid and liquid in contact. So first thing that will affect this angle of contact is nature of solid and liquid. So here whatever is the material used in solid and what is the nature of liquid will hit or it affect the angle of contact. Then second thing, impurities mixed in that liquid. So how much amount or how much contamination is there in that liquid will also affect angle of contact. Then on temperature. So this question is asked in your aims. Dependence of angle of contact on temperature. So it also depends on temperature. The angle of contact changes due to waterproofing agent. So waterproofing agent generally you have seen in your household appliances or in your homes that when water leaks from your roof, then waterproofing agents are used. So in those waterproofing agents, angle of contact is a major content that affects waterproofing solution. That is, it gets converted from acute angle to obtuse angle. Acute angle, so acute angle you know it is less than 90 and obtuse angle is greater than 90. So it converts acute angle to obtuse angle. Due to these, the surface tension of liquid remains unchanged. So surface tension of liquid remains unchanged. So it plays also an important role in waterproofing agents. Then angle of contact does not depend upon the inclination of solid in the liquid. So it is independent of inclination. We no need to know what is the inclination of that solid on the liquid. We simply should know that what is the angle between tangent plane of liquid surface and solid surface. That only will give you angle of contact. Now, next is we are given different surfaces and here we have to define that how this size of meniscus is defined here with respect to angle of contact. So first we are given relation in cohesive and adhesive force. So in previous lecture we have studied that what are adhesive and cohesive forces and what are their importance in case of surface tension. So here we are considering relation between adhesive and cohesive forces. So we are given these three cases when first case Fa is greater than Fc upon root 2. So here this is a force Fa, this is a force Fc and their resultant force is Fr. This Fr is resultant force. Here we are given a container, glass container in which water is filled. So in this condition, if we are considering that Fa is greater than Fc root 2, Fc upon root 2, in this case this surface will be concave. This surface will be concave of nature. And in this condition, if we talk about shape of meniscus, then shape of meniscus is concave. So it is clear from here that if Fa is greater than Fc upon root 2, then its surface will be concave. In this condition, angle of contact. So here angle of contact is acute. Theta is less than 90 degree. So it is acute angle. If we talk about shape of liquid drop, then see its shape of liquid drop is like this. because we know here that this angle of contact is acute. So if we draw this angle in proper way, then this is the shape of this drop. Level of liquid, so here level of liquid rises up due to this concave surface. So here if fa is greater than fc upon root 2, then surface will be concave. Due to this concave surface, angle of contact will be acute, and due to this acute surface, liquid rises up. And weighting property, will it weight this glass surface or not? So in this condition, liquid weights the solid surface. Liquid weights the solid surface, so it will weight the solid surface. So these are some pattern of question which are directly asked based on your competitive section regarding whenever you are given like a glass is filled of water and that glass is weighted by that liquid or by that water or not. So it totally depends on this critical angle, or rather you can say this angle of contact. So this angle of contact defines whether it will weight that glass surface or not. Now similarly in second condition, if we consider that Fa is equal to Fc upon root 2, Fa is equal to Fc upon root 2, again this is the direction of Fc force, this is the direction of Fa. Then in this condition, if Fa is equal to Fc upon root 2, then this is the direction of Fc upon root 2. It means resultant force is in direction of Fc upon root 2. So here this surface will be flat. Surface will be flat. It means plane surface will be there. Surface of meniscus is plane. In this condition, angle is 90 degree. So this is the angle. So critical angle, or you can say angle of contact, is now 90 degree, which is at right angle. And in this condition, see, this is the surface. So if we draw the angle, then this is the angle. So here, this is the representation of this drop. In capillary tube, liquid neither rises nor falls. So in this condition, when Fa becomes equal to Fc upon root 2, then in this condition, in capillary tube, there is no change in level of water or liquid. It means it neither rises nor falls, and it does not weight the glass surface. So simply you have to keep in mind that if you are asked in your exam that what is the condition to weight the glass by the liquid or by the water, then in that condition you should know that your angle of contact should be acute. It means it should be less than 90 degree and its meniscus surface should be concave. Then if Fa is less than Fc upon root 2, then this will be the direction of resultant force, and in this condition surface will be convex. And due to this convex surface, angle will be obtuse. Angle of contact will be obtuse. So obtuse angle will represent that this is the variation of drop, like this way. This is the variation of drop, and this is that angle which is representing obtuse angle. So obtuse is what? Greater than 90 degree. In this condition, if surface is convex, then it means liquid level falls. Liquid level in capillary tube falls, and in this condition we can say that liquid will not wet the glass surface. So simply you have to keep in mind that if Fa is equal to or less than, so what is the conclusion? That if Fa is less than and equal to Fc upon root 2, in that case liquid will not weight the glass surface. So these are some general concepts which are based on angle of contact. Now, next is, I have prepared a table here regarding solid liquid pair, level of liquid and angle of contact. So if we talk about glass and normal water, so our solid is glass and liquid is normal water. So if you are given glass and normal water, then in this case level becomes down. It means level of liquid falls, and angle is 8 degree. Angle of contact is 8 degree. Similarly, if you are given glass distilled water, now normal water is removed and your liquid is distilled water. In this condition also level will decrease. angle will be 0 degree. So if you are given glass and distilled water, then always keep in mind in this condition your angle of contact will be 0 degree. Another thing which you have to keep in mind is this combination paraffin wax water. Paraffin is solid and paraffin wax is solid and water is liquid. So in this condition angle will be 108 degree. So it is asked in your competitive section. These are some general concept based on solid liquid pair and level of liquid, whether it will fall or rise. Then method to determine surface tension. What are the different methods by which surface tension can be determined? So first one is capillary method. So in this capillary method, the property by virtue of which a liquid rises or depresses means falls in a capillary tube is known as capillarity. So capillarity means level of water or level of liquid whether rises or falls in a capillary tube is known as concept of capillarity. Like this is an example, kerosene in lantern rises upward. So you might have seen in older days in India, people used to use kerosene lamps for lighting up. So in that kerosene lamp, lanterns are fixed in and kerosene rises up. So this rising up of kerosene is due to capillarity. Similarly, working of fountain pens nib split is also based on capillarity. It's asked in JIPMER exam for medical entrance exam. Another examples you can also say, whenever you waters roots of a tree and that water rises up in all the branches of that tree. So that concept is based on this concept of capillarity. So these are general examples. I have mentioned here these two examples because these are asked in your competitive section. Kerosene in lantern and working of fountain pens nib split is due to capillarity concept. Then pressure balance method. Second one is pressure balance method. So in pressure balance method, let us have a look on this diagram. Let us say that in a container we are given that water is filled and a capillary tube is fitted here. This is the capillary tube. Here this is the concave surface at the its water level. This is the angle which is made by solid surface. This angle is angle of contact. Now see, if we draw this diagram as it is in upward direction, then we can see that if we draw a perpendicular from here, then if this angle is theta, then this angle is also theta because this is 90 degree angle. So this again becomes equal to theta, and this is the radius of this spherical meniscus. For this spherical meniscus, this is the radius small r. Now in this condition we are having a concept that here HDG. So HDG is equal to 2T upon R. Here this T is surface tension. So in some books surface tension is denoted by capital T and in some books it is denoted by capital S. Both are same. So T is surface tension. So HDG is equal to 2T upon R, and if you have to find height, its height, then this height is H is equal to 2T upon RDG. H is equal to 2T upon RDG. Here T is surface tension, R is radius of this spherical meniscus, D is density, and G is gravitational acceleration. So here if we talk about relation in capital R and small r, then you can give this relation by using this right angle property. So you know that cos theta is equal to base upon hypotenuse. So here base is small r and hypotenuse is capital R. So cos theta becomes equal to small r upon capital R. So you can say that capital R is equal to r upon cos theta. So from here you can say another formula that H is equal to 2T cos theta upon small rdg. 2t cos theta upon small rdg. This theta is angle of contact. So this is the another method by which we can calculate concept of surface tension. If the length of a capillary tube is insufficient, length of capillary tube is insufficient, it means if length is less than height of liquid column and it is dipped into the liquid, then the liquid will rise up to full length, but liquid will not come out and the radius of curvature of meniscus will change. So what we are considering, let us have a look on previous slide. Here we are considering that this is the height of this liquid level in that capillary tube. Here length of capillary tube is greater than h. Here L is greater than h. So now we are considering that if this length is equal to this height. So this is the length of capillary tube. So in this condition we are considering that if L is less than h, here if L is less than h, then in this condition water will rise up to full length, but liquid will not come out and the radius of curvature of meniscus will change. So in this condition we are considering that new radius is r dash, new height is h dash. So r dash h dash is equal to rh, or you can say 2t upon dg. So it is complete value is constant. Complete value is constant, and we can say that this radius is inversely proportional to height. If height is less, then radius of this meniscus will be greater. So when h tends to 0, so if we consider that if h tends to 0, so 1 upon 0 will be infinity. So r will almost tends to infinity, then meniscus will be plane. Then there is no concave, there is no convex, there will be simply plane meniscus in this condition. So in this condition, what will happen if we consider that h is almost less than 0, it means height of water level is much smaller. In that case, radius of meniscus will be almost infinity and our meniscus surface will be plane. Then next point, if in a vertical capillary tube a liquid rises to a height h, let us say this is a vertical capillary tube. In this vertical capillary tube, water level is rising up to a height h. So this is the height h up to which water level is rising up. Then on tilting the capillary, now if we tilt this capillary tube by a certain angle, from the vertical height of liquid still remains the same. Then in this condition, this height of liquid in vertical direction will remain same. So see from here, this height will remain same. So you have to keep in mind, if you are given any pattern of question and you are asked now what is the level of water rising or liquid rising, then you should know that in both the conditions vertical height will be same. Vertical height will be same. If it is tilted, then vertical height of liquid still remains the same. But the length of liquid column depends on the angle phi. So this length will depend on this angle phi, which is made by capillary tube with the vertical. So this angle will decide only length of liquid, but vertical height will be same in both the cases. Vertical height is same, but length will change. And this length depends on angle phi, which is made by capillary tube with the vertical. So here if we give a relation in L and H, so see, I am drawing this diagram separately. This is the length L, this is the vertical distance, this is the angle phi, this is height H. So if you give relation in L and H, then you can say, see here side perpendicular to angle is, this is perpendicular, this is base, and this is hypotenuse. So you can find here cos phi, and cos phi is equal to H upon L. Cos phi is equal to H upon L. So from here you can see that L is equal to H upon cos phi. L is equal to H upon cos phi, because cos phi is equal to H upon L. H is vertical height, L is length of liquid in capillary tube. So this is the relation in vertical height and length of liquid in capillary tube. Then this is another an important law related to surface tension and is known as Jurin's law. So what is Jurin's law? Jurin's law is that vertical height is reciprocal to radius. Vertical height is reciprocal to radius. It is asked in your BHU exam, Banaras Hindu University exam. So height is inversely proportional to r, but condition is theta c is constant. It means here angle of contact should be constant. Angle of contact should be constant. In this condition, height is reciprocal to radius of meniscus. Then let us talk about some special points related to angle of contact and surface tension. So if two bubbles of radii R1 and R2 collige means they are combining together. So if two bubbles of radii R1 and R2 collige in vacuum, then the radius of new bubble will be, so we are considering that these two bubbles are there. Radius of these bubbles are R1 and R2, and these bubbles are combining together to form a large drop or large bubble. So let us say this is that large bubble and its radius is R. Its radius is R. So radius of this large bubble with respect to these previous bubbles is root of R1 square plus R2 square. So this is the radius of new bubble which is formed by colliging of these bubbles of radii R1 and R2. Condition is temperature should be constant. Temperature should be constant. If temperature will vary, then these radii will also vary, and hence new radii will be different from root of R1 square plus R2 square. Second key point is if two bubbles of radii R1 and R2, condition is one bubble is of a smaller radius and another bubble is of larger radius. So R1 is less than R2, come in contact with each other, then the radius of curvature of the common surface R is given by. So in this condition they are not colliging, they are not combined to form a single drop. So what is going to happen in this condition? That these two drops are placed together. These two drops are placed together, then radius of curvature of common surface which is small r. So in this condition small r is given by R1 R2 upon R1 plus R1 minus R2, or you can see this relation from here. So rather you can say 1 upon r is equal to 1 upon R1 minus 1 upon R2, or you can say that r is equal to R1 R2 upon R2 minus R1, because we are given that R2 is greater than R1. R2 is greater than R1. So if R1 is greater, then it will be 1 upon R2 minus 1 upon R1. So this is the case of when two bubbles are in contact and when two bubbles are colliging together to form a new drop. Third one is if a hollow sphere has a fine hole of radius small r and it is immersed in a liquid. So in this condition we are given that this is a hollow sphere. You are given a hollow sphere, and in this hollow sphere a fine hole is made. Let us say this is a hole. So a hole is made in this hollow sphere and its radius is small r. Its radius is small r. Now this hollow sphere is immersed in water or immersed in liquid. Then the liquid does not enter the sphere till critical depth h. So in this condition again we are considering that h dg is equal to 2t upon r. Here r is given as small r, so you can say here capital R is equal to small r, so your relation will be 2t upon small r. So what we are considering here, that if we made a fine hole in a hollow sphere, then if it is merged in a liquid, completely immersed in liquid, then water will not enter, or that liquid will not enter the sphere till critical depth h. So critical depth h means let us say that I am taking this as its cross section. Let us say this is the spherical surface which is hollow in nature and we have made a hole in it. Now we are immersing it in liquid, then it will completely not wet that surface. It means water will not rise up to critical depth h. Now effects based on surface tension. What are the general effects which are based on surface tension? Most of the effects you have seen in your daily life, so nothing is new. in surface tension, you all know about these effects. First one is dancing of camphor on water. So if you place camphor on water surface, then that tends to dance. Clear? So dancing of camphor on water surface is due to surface tension. Inside the water, the hairs of the brush remain separated. So it is also the general concept you might have seen whenever you see that any painter, when comes to paint a wall and he dips that brush into that color or paint, then until that brush remains in that paint, then those brushes, those hairs are close to each other, are separated from each other. But as he brings that out of that paint or color, then those brushes or those hairs combine together, or they sticks to each other. Similarly, it is also common whenever you see your toothbrush. So if you place your toothbrush into water, then what happens? All the hairs of that toothbrush become separated from each other, and if you bring that out from the water, then they stick to each other. So this is due to surface tension. This is due to surface tension. So when the brush is taken out, the hairs stick together. Floating of needle on water. So if you place a needle on water surface, then that needle does not sink, that floats on the water surface due to surface tension. Sitting of mosquito on rainy water. So a mosquito, you might have seen in rainy days that while rainwater is splitted here and there, and mosquitoes sits on that rainy water, then this is possible only due to surface tension. Next one is formation of lead shots. So formation of lead shots also due to surface tension. Dirty clothes become clean in hot detergent solution in comparison to plain water. So it is also common, you have seen whenever you wash your clothes with plain water, then dirt cannot be come out, or you can say if grease or oil is there on your clothes and you wash your clothes in plain water, then that cannot be removed. But if you place those clothes in hot water or detergent solution, then that dirt can easily be removed from your clothes. So that removing of dirt from dirty cloth is also due to surface tension. The ends of glass tube becomes rounded on heating. So whenever you heat up a glass rod or glass tube, then its ends becomes rounded. Its ends become rounded due to heating. So this concept is also based on surface tension. So these are general concept. Another one, it is also asked in your competitive section. Hot tomato soup is more tasteful than the cold soup. So it is also a general concept or general example you might have seen in your daily life. If you drink or if you take hot tomato soup and take cold tomato soup, then you found hot tomato soup more tasty than cold soup. It is also due to concept of surface tension. So these are some effects. Now let us discuss few questions based on surface tension. First problem is a thin metal disc of radius r. So this is a metal disc of radius small r. It is floating on water surface. And bends the surface downwards along the perimeter, making an angle theta. So it is being bent from vertical by making an angle theta in both sides. Now, if the disc displaces a weight of water W and surface tension of water is T, then the weight of metal disc. So in this condition, you have to give the idea of weight. So see, weight of water is W. So this is the water field. So its weight is W. Surface tension is T, and you have to find weight of this disc. Let us say its weight is W dash. So you can easily find. You are given 4 options. From here I have clicked it that this one is correct, 2 pi RT plus into cos theta plus W. Let us see how it is correct. So you can say that weight of metal disc is equal to total upward force. So here this is the direction of surface tension. component in vertical is T cos theta. So you know very well how to make components. So this T is making an angle theta with the vertical. So this will be T cos theta. This will be T sin theta, which is not required to us. We are making components of simply forces in y direction. So I am drawing its FBD here. Let us say this is a point. I am considering is complete as a point system. In downward direction, weight of water is W. In upward direction, component of surface tension is T cos theta. Radius is given as small r. So its radius is small r. And we have to find weight of metal disc. Weight of metal disc is also in downward direction W dash. W dash. So you know that in case of equilibrium condition, weight of metal disc becomes equal to total upward force. Total upward force. So total upward force is upthrust force plus force due to surface tension. So total upward force, one is due to surface tension, another one is upthrust force. This water will also make it away or move it away from the water surface. So this is the total force. Let us say total it is W plus 2 pi r into T cos theta. So this is the net force. W is weight of water and this is due to surface tension. This T cos theta is vertical component of surface tension and this is length. Length which is in contact. So length which is in contact, let us say this is the disc. So total, it is placed like this way. It is placed like this way. The total surface is in contact with the water and total surface is equal to its circumference, which is or rather you can say its perimeter. So its perimeter is 2 pi r. So 2 pi r into T cos theta plus weight of water is total weight of that disc. So any option having this value is correct one. So C answer is correct. 2 pi rt cos theta plus W. Then next one. In next question, you are given the work done in increasing the size of a soft film from 10 centimeter into 6 centimeter to 10 centimeter into 11 centimeter. So see, these values are, this is initial area. Let us say it is A1, initial area 10 centimeter into 6 centimeter. This one is the final area after increment, it is A2. And this is amount of work done. This is work done. So you have to find surface tension. You have to find surface tension. So we know the formula for surface tension, that T is equal to W upon A. This is the general formula of surface tension. And we know from here that surface tension is work done in minimizing the area of liquid surface. Work done in minimizing the area of liquid surface is surface tension or surface energy. So see, you are given value of A1, value of A2, 10 into 6 centimeter square. So here it is converted 60 centimeter square and we have converted it into meter square. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 to the power minus 2 meter and here it is square, so it will be 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. Similarly, A2 is 110 centimeter square, or you can say 110 into 10 to the power minus 4 meter square. Now see, here area is changing. Area is changing, so we will use the formula that W is equal to 2T into del A. Del A is change in area. So W is equal to 2 into, we have to calculate surface tension. W is given as 110 minus 60, so it is 50 into 10 to the power minus 4 and work done is equal to 3 into 10 to the power minus 4. So 10 to the power minus 4 is cancel out and T is equal to 3 upon 100, or you can say 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 joule per meter square. 3 into 10 to the power minus 2. So option B is correct. 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 joule per meter square, or its another unit is Newton per meter. Another formula of surface tension is force in unit length. We have discussed these formulas in previous lecture. Force in unit length, or you can say work done to minimize given area. So from here its unit is taken as Newton per meter, or you can say joule per meter square. Both are equal. Then see next question. Water rises in a vertical capillary tube up to a height of 2 centimeter. So we are given height h is equal to 2 centimeter. If the tube is inclined at angle of 60 degree, so now our angle, that phi, is given as 60 degree with the vertical, then up to what length the water will rise in the tube. So what is the length up to which it will rise? So we have seen the formula previously. This was the condition. This was that angle phi. This is the length, and this is that vertical height up to which water was rising in the tube. So cos phi is equal to h upon L. We have to find length of water rising. So L is equal to h upon cos phi. H is 2 centimeter and cos 60 is 1 by 2. So it is 4 centimeter. So this is the another pattern of question. You can directly see. So our answer number B is correct from here. Pressure inside two soap bubbles are 1.01 and 1.02 atm atmospheres. So pressure inside two soap bubbles 1.01 and 1.02 atmospheres, ratio between their volumes. So first of all you should know the relation between pressure and volume. So we know that volume is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Whenever you are asked soap bubble or water bubble or air bubble, then they are spherical in shape. They are spherical in shape. So their volumes will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi r cube. So from here we can say that volume is inversely proportional to r cube. And we also know in previous lecture we have studied that del P upon P is inversely proportional to R upon del R upon R whole power 3. So from here we can say that if V is proportional to R cube, then R cube is reciprocal to change in pressure. R cube is reciprocal to change in pressure. So if R cube is reciprocal to change in pressure, then we can say that volume is also reciprocal to change in pressure. So what we can say that V1 upon V2 is equal to del P1 upon del P2. Del P1 upon del P2 whole power 3. So you can use directly this relation. Del P1 change in pressure, del P2 also change in pressure. We are given here P in and P out. So see, excess pressure P in minus P out. So 1.01 minus 1 atm standard. This is the concept. Let us see this concept separately, how it is calculated. I am considering that this is that surface. Here liquid is. So I am considering it as P in. Let us say this is the container. Liquid is filled in this container. So inside the liquid pressure is P in. Outside the container pressure is P naught. Pressure is P naught. So excess pressure is what? Del P is equal to P in minus P out. P in minus P out. So outside this water surface or outside this liquid surface, it is in contact with atmosphere. It is in contact with atmosphere, and atmospheric pressure is 1 atm. Atmospheric pressure is 1 atm. So if we talk excess pressure in first case, then in first case it is 1.01. So del P1 is 1.01 minus 1. So it is 0.01 atm. atm means atmospheric pressure. And in second case, now pressure is 1.02. So this is inner pressure. So again del P2 is equal to 1.02 minus 1. So it will be 0.02 atm. So this is the way by which del P1 and del P2 are calculated. So here we have placed values of del P1 and del P2, and ratio of volumes we have found, which is 8 by 1. So our option C is correct, that ratio is 8 raised to 1. So that's it from today's lecture. In today's lecture we have discussed concept of angle of contact and some pattern of questions based on them. In next lecture, we will study our new topic, fluid mechanics. So fluid mechanics is also an important topic in which generally questions are asked from equation of continuity, from Bernoulli's theorem, Venturi flow meter, and all these things. So that's it for today. Let us meet in next lecture. Thank you for watching the video.